in Illinois, in a very large national forest. And I hiked in here today to come sit this scrape that's kind of unassuming. There's better sign in here, but it's a lot further in. And I climbed a tree here near the scrape. I'll have a good shot to the scrape. And I was messing with my tether here, first light, and I look over and there's a dark mass that wasn't there before. It was in fact a deer. I don't think it was a great big buck, but lesson learned. Gotta really pay better attention to my surroundings, especially at this hour. Right here, it's first light, it's pretty dim. That deer ended up turning around, kind of meandering off, but I think I'm in a little bit of a thermal hub here, and with this wind, the way it's coming over the ridges, it's swirling pretty bad, so things could go either way as far as movement today. It's encouraging to see at least one deer on the hoof, moving in my area on their own volition. So we'll see what happens. I'll update if there is one.
Okay. Little after action report, because I'm sure that looked abrupt to the viewer. Well, so what happened was I hit that deer, what appeared to me as the shooter, just tracking the luminoc with my eyes, about the middle of the body, right? About middle of the body, vertical and horizontal. I don't know what to think right now. As you could probably see in the video, the deer took off pretty good. I called a dog tracker. He would have liked me to recover the arrow, but I almost questioned whether that deer would go and bed down soon, and me just looking for that arrow might bump him. And we've been down this road before where a bump deer is a lost deer, and that's what I'd like to avoid. And dog trackers have great success rates for gut shot deer. See, I don't know if it's in the guts, I don't know if it's in the liver, I don't know if I caught back a lung. Just with my shot angle, I just don't know, unfortunately. And I don't know how far it'll go. It took off at a good clip. I'm hoping it slowed down and bedded down close and will stay that way. Hopefully it doesn't go, 400 or 500 yards, because at the moment it's raining. It's going to rain all night. It'll stop raining, hopefully in the morning. So I don't know what to think right now. Emotions are all over the place. I'm hopeful, I'm discouraged, I'm regretful. I'm glad that I got, a shot in a real nice buck, but it's not the way I wanted to do it. I even told myself this morning that if I make a shot here before it starts to rain, it better be perfect. And looking back at the footage and thinking back what I did, I've made the same mistake before. I didn't stop the buck. It could have gone meh, stopped him. Instead, I tried to follow him with the shot and took the shot, but he's still moving forward, so that's what causes the shot to drift backwards. I estimated the yardage at about 35, shot for 35, and I'd say at least the vertical was spot on, so I think he was about 35. But yeah, the whole thing's kind of leaving a sour taste in my mouth right now. The guy with the dog sounds dubious, right? He doesn't know all the details. He hasn't seen what I've seen, and I'm sure in his experience the estimates of what people think the shot was are off. I know the shot's back. I don't know how far back. There was a pop, but it sounded kind of hollow. So, but usually with a stomach or a gut shot, I've heard that they'll slow right down, hunch up, and kind of walk away. He kind of ran the whole time that I saw him, sort of bigger bounds, and so I don't know exactly what to think right yet. I guess we'll know more here later. I'm tempted to go back and look for the arrow in the dark, just because I know the luminoc will be easy to find. It's an hour out there, an hour back, but it might be worth doing. Maybe I can goat someone into going with me. Well, I'll provide an update when there is one. This is a roller coaster for me right now.
Well, alrighty, here he is. So it was kind of quite a story there from last night. Real roller coaster. I put a shot on him right about here, center of the body. Ended up being a straight liver shot, dead center of the liver. And I backed right out. I never went and found the arrow. I came back about 3 hours later at dusk, because I wanted to find that arrow. I wanted to see what to expect from that shot. In doing so, just meandering around looking for that arrow, I see a white belly glowing. I see the rack standing up. I was in literal disbelief. I didn't think it was my buck. I went and checked it out. I saw the shot placement. I saw the rack, and I said, I couldn't believe it. It was my buck laying there 40 yards from where he stood when I shot him. He went right down. I don't know what I hit in that liver area to let that happen, but I won't question it. Now, what I think could have happened is he bedded down there quick, and maybe if I'd gone and looked for the arrow right away or gone to investigate things, he could have bumped, and it could be a whole different story.
But yeah, I called in the dog tracker, and he really wanted to know, what that arrow looked like, so that we'd know when to go in. So glad I went back and looked for the arrow. I found him, and then the work began. It was a huge drag out of there, about 0.7 miles of drag, and turned out Justin came and gave me a hand. He was a ways away. I was 2/3 done by the time he got there, and he came with reinforcements. A couple of guys he ran into up at the road from Tennessee, great guys. They basically dragged it. I helped, but I was mostly there for moral support with what they were doing. They each grabbed an antler and gunned her for the road, and what it took an hour to accomplish, they accomplished in 5 minutes. So this is him. I think I'm gonna go ahead and mount him. He's a dandy to me. A little tight, for what it is. I'm not complaining about a nice rack, but I've seen bigger. But boy, he looks great from the front. He looks great from the sides. He looks great every angle. I may try to mount him myself. I'm not decided yet. But he is a nice buck. He's exactly what I wanted. Just a good mature buck. I'm awful happy with him. He's a 10 point because of the little stickers off of his brows. Main 8. Just a dandy buck. The way he came in there, I had made a critical error in my shot, which you can see in the video. Is he was walking, and I didn't stop him. I should have stopped him. It was a 35-yard shot, give or take, and if I had stopped him, that shot would have ended up right where it needed to be for that double long heart. But 35 yards of arrow travel mixed with walking, about that long, about that much difference, and that's a significant difference. But all's well that ends well. I've got him, and this is my biggest buck by a long shot. I'm awful pleased with him. Yeah, it's not much more to tell than that. It's time to get him broken down and in the cooler and ready to be transported home. Yeah, we'll get him to the taxidermist. I'll cape him out, or do it myself. I haven't decided yet. We'll find out. That's all she wrote for this video. I apologize for not getting multiple angles on the shot and that. He kind of surprised me coming in, so I didn't. It was bow or GoPro at that point. I probably could have gotten away with starting the GoPro, but I didn't want to risk it. Yeah, he's an awful nice buck.